Okay. Okay, good. I see it now.
All right, well, welcome to the first edition of the t-shirt cutting. It's gonna be very simple. My name is Angie and my partner Judy is over there on the sidelines. We're gonna show you how to do a really quick repurposing of an old t-shirt to a tank top like this, okay?
Yeah, awesome.
So,
that looks good.
ideally, it's gonna be, it's actually going to kind of give yourself a little bit more room because we're cutting off the sleeve. So if it's a t-shirt that's kind of tight, that's okay too. Usually I go with bigger ones because usually they come that way. But this is a one size fits all t-shirt. I'm going to use it today as a sample. So go ahead and find a flat surface. You could also be on the floor. The first thing you want to do is half your t-shirt like so. Okay, line up everything so the seams line up. That's really important. First thing we're going to do is cut off the sleeves, okay? Now, we're going to make it look like this, so it's nothing fancy. All we're going to do is going to cut the sleeves off like this. But notice how you have about 2 inches of fabric for the shoulders. And it's really going to end up looking more like 3 inches, and then it starts to roll up after you cut everything off. So you want to just, don't cut too much. That's the biggest rule with this. Okay, so once you have everything lined up, I'm going to go ahead and make a cheat mark so that you guys can see what I'm going to do. So I'm going to create a line that shows you how I'm going to cut this. Okay, so the seam is right here. So we're going inward. We're going from here in, like that. Okay, so it's about 2 inches from the seam that makes the armhole on top. And underneath is about 2 inches too. So we're just kind of making a curved line that goes from there up like this. It's like kind of curved like that. Okay, so go ahead and cut. Don't worry if you make mistakes because t-shirt fabric is very forgiving. The only thing is that you want to cut less rather than more because the fabric will roll, okay? So it's gonna end up looking like this. Now I have a rotary cutter which makes it really fast, so if this takes you a minute longer, that's okay. Just try to keep it a smooth line if you can. You can always correct jagged lines later. Okay, so that's number 1. So you should end up with a hole that looks really gaping like this. So usually with these kinds of shirts, we always wear something underneath that you can show. So it's okay if it's big. All right. All right, be careful too when you're cutting. Especially if there's little kids doing this, you want to be really careful and supervise them. All right. Okay, once you cut off the arms, just leave it as is. We can fix the imperfections later. We're gonna open up the t-shirt and we're going to open it up like this so the armholes match up and the seams match up. Okay, so the really important part is the seams that go down right here have to match up, put those two together. Okay, so the front is completely folded in half. Got it? And then you wanna go ahead and line this up, the collar, so you can cut it off evenly. That's all we're doing. And I like my collar to be low like this, but for simplicity purposes, we're just gonna cut off where the seam is. And just follow along that line. If you want it a little lower in the front, just start lower. And cut that off. You're gonna cut the tag off with it too in the process, and that's, oh well. Whoever reads those things anyway. Okay, so then, if you open it up, you should end up with...
Hey, Angie?
Yeah.
Did we cut the front or the back of the neck?
Oh, you're cutting the whole thing off. So there's that
okay.
seam that goes all the way around. There's that thick neckline, and you're cutting that entire neckline off. So you're gonna end up with this neckline completely cut off with the tag and everything.
Got it.
Does that answer your question?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so then all you have are raw edges left on the neckline, which is here, and the armholes. Okay, they're all raw. Okay, and it's gonna make for a really light feel, and that it really works well when you're working out. It's like you want everything light, you don't want anything rubbing on your neck or anything, so we like to cut all that off. So you can just leave it like this if you like it long, but it's kind of in now to have short t-shirts. Also, if it's a little tight on your hips, you're gonna wanna cut, okay? So to make it looser fitted, we're gonna go ahead and do it in half like this again. This is called a tulip cut. And this is what I like doing if we want a little bit looser fit around the hips, okay? So here, we're folding it in half again and lying it down. And what we're gonna do now is from the front, however low you want it. Okay, this is where you're gonna start, so that it's folded like this. So you're gonna cut starting however low you want it from here, and then you're gonna rise up. So there's gonna be like a tulip shape in the back. So in the back it's gonna look like this, and you're gonna have a little peekaboo skin right where the bottom of your back is. And that's gonna create a much looser fit. It's gonna open this up so it's not hugging your hips. If you don't like that, then this is the cut for you. So I'm gonna show you how that works. I'm gonna draw it. Depending on how high, like I said, don't go too high. You can always cut more later, but it's gonna look like that. You see the line? Okay, so you're gonna start however low you want in the front. And then Judy likes hers as long as possible, so I'm gonna go right where the seam is, just barely cutting it off. And then I'm gonna curve up. Okay, so as you're cutting with the scissors, you're cutting like that, like a little hill. Okay. It's hard to see with this black fabric, but this is what it looks like now. Okay. I will put it on.
I was gonna say, should we put it on? But let's put it on.
And then try it on, guys. See how it feels? When you wash it, all of these edges are going to roll up, so you're not going to see any imperfections in the back.
Oh, no, yeah, that's good. Yeah.
Okay?
Awesome.
They make great pajamas, too. So you guys cut your shirts.
Thank you, Angie. That's awesome.
Yeah, cut your
I
shirts.
love it.
Wear them to class so I can see them.
Yeah, look at that.
And then on Tuesday, we're going to have volume 2 of the t-shirt cutting. It's going to be the cold shoulder. So those are the ones with the holes here.
I love that.
Yeah, it's fun.
So you can record this and you could send it on email also?
Yeah, I'm recording it now, and I'm going to actually end the recording because that's our whole thing. Let me give one last look at the
This is awesome. I love the feel. It's comfortable. Yeah.
Very, very versatile.
Cute.
Cute.
Looks good.
But that's a big size for you though, Angie, right? Is that like a large or medium?
This is a one-size-fits-all t-shirt, and so yeah, you could even take a one size smaller than your size and do this, and it'll fit you.
Yeah, because I'm shorter, so this is cool.
All right, guys, thank you so much for tuning in. I'm going
Thank you so much.
now.
Yeah.
And then